What's up, y'all? It's Nate Almighty, and I'm back with another video, another theory for Power Book 44, Forced. And I want to get mental on y'all, and I want to theorize why Tommy was willing to let Kate Egan die. And he was hoping she would die that night. And he was willing to watch the life leave her soul. The life leave her body. And I think that when you think about Tommy, who's a very complex character and may have been through more trauma than anyone else in the Power universe. Trauma inflicted on him and trauma that he has caused to happen to himself. And we have to understand that Tommy has this weird love-hate relationship with his mom. Tommy has this weird codependent relationship with his mom. I think the term that comes to my head is Edus Complex. I believe that's what the term is called. They have like a weird Oedipus complex, and that complex basically is like what I would call a son husband. Like, I have a video where I discuss all the ways Tasha turned Tariq into a son husband. And the Oedipus complex is basically like when the mother is a single mother and has no man in the home. She subconsciously, either purposely or not purposely, voluntary or involuntarily, raises her son up to grow up faster. Raises him to kind of be her man in a way. And that's the way Tommy was brought up. Tommy is somebody who faced a lot of adversity. He had to deal with a young mom who had him between the ages of like 15 and 18. A young mom who was a stripper, drug addict, alcoholic. Tommy had to go days without eating. Tommy had to go days without seeing his mom. Tommy had to go without. And through it all, although he resents his mom, he always loved his mom. He always went back to his mom. Even though his mom wasn't there consistently all the time, she was the most consistent person in his life. Up until he met James St. Patrick. Tommy is somebody who, although he loved his mother, although he loves his mother still, he has been hurt by her in many ways. He has been lied to her in many ways. He is somebody who she helped regress his maturity. She is somebody who, out of her fear of Tommy being like everyone else in her life, who either she couldn't depend on, or like the many men who may have left her life, or did her wrong, or abused her. In the effort to make Tommy not be one of those people, she raised him to be somebody who was very mentally dependent on him. She's somebody who went out of her way to intervene in his relationships, scare all of his girls off. We only seen her try to scare off 3 of Tommy's girls, because we only have known Tommy to deal with 3 girls. 4 if you want to include Gloria, which she would have tried to scare off too. We don't know about the many girls who Kay Egan has chased away. We don't know if it may come out later on that Tommy might have been touched by Kay Egan or somebody. Or because of Kay Egan, he got touched by somebody. We don't know if that's going to come out in the future. Because in real life, a lot of hyper masculine males, a lot of extra hyper violent males were done that way. Tommy has a lot of healing to do from Kay Egan. He's been hurt. It's like, what do you do when the person who you love the most in the world has hurt you the worst, has been the least dependable to you, and then favored your best friend over you? Even after his death. And now it seems like you're favoring my brother who I never even knew I had. Because you never told me. And now it seems like you're favoring him over me. What is a man to do? What is Tommy to do when he's been dealing with that? And then also you gotta understand that Tommy is somebody who has been through so much. He wants to be a new and improved version of who he used to be. He wants to be a better man in his own way, you know, while still being in the streets. But he wants to be a better man. He wants to have love in his life. He doesn't want to be the same man who chose the wrong woman like Lakeisha for the sake of love and she ended up having to be murdered. Or he chose a woman like Holly and ended up having to kill her. And in a way, Kay Egan reminds him of the man he used to be, that he knows is still deep down within him, that he hasn't completely shaken off yet. She's the reminder of the man he used to be and doesn't want to be anymore. She's a constant reminder of it. You know, when you really think about it, Tommy gets anxious. He gets anxiety whenever Kay Egan pops up. From years and years of trauma, years and years of not seeing your mom and then running into your mom, she got some drama for you. She aggravating you. She bringing you some kind of negative news. You not admitting the fact that when your mother's not with you, you're constantly worrying about her. Because we know that Tommy really loves his mom. When he had to kill his father after his mother told him, stay away from your father. He's a bad man and he never loved you anyway. He'll never love you like me if he is starting to love you. He never wanted you, remember? Tommy went to Kay Egan first after he did that. And she knew what he did. She respected it. She didn't judge him for it. They have a bond. They have a connection. But it's a funky connection. They have some healing to do, you know. In real life, they would have to go to therapy, but we're not going to get Tommy and Kay Egan going to therapy. We can only hope that the writers will have them seriously reconcile, hug each other, shed a couple tears. Because we know Kay Egan, there's not that much for Kay Egan left to do before they kill her off for just being too old. She's gonna move in with JP. She's gonna have some happiness with her son who she didn't know, her grandson who she didn't know. Hopefully she squashes things, right, with Tommy in the middle of that. But other than that, there's not much for Kay Egan to do. But I'm gonna end this video here. This is why Tommy was willing to let Kay Egan die.